Welcome back to Ready, Set, Sold. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. If you don't like the weather, just wait a few hours. That's just how it is, and that's how it's always been. I've been talking here with Renee Wittenauer from Cecil Property Management. And Renee, we've been talking a lot about the leasing part of it and when to lease. And this is a perfect time for it, especially the military. We've been honing in on the military. But there is also the other market, too. And we were talking last segment about horror stories. And just recently we heard one that was really, really bad. And unfortunately, it becomes a common thing. The person rented it out. They went an entire year. Let me repeat that, entire year trying to get the person to pay their rent. And this was not with the property management. This was just with them trying to do it themselves. They wound up $20,000 in the hole. It's a nice house. And when they got in, they had to put in another $10,000 to $15,000 in order to sell it. So the problem that comes into play, even if you're thinking about going this alone, somebody has to be there to, shall we say, be the bad guy. And you guys, which I would just say on my own, not all property managers are, you're in there to protect the rights of the individual, of the homeowners, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. We're the messenger, so we're going to be the ones, kind of the good cop, bad cop. The owners can be the good cop or the bad cop. And we're the ones in there truly being the eyes and the ears, following the rules, enforcing the leases, and guiding the outcome to benefit the owner, because the owners are our clients. So for sure, yes.
And that really is important, though, to have that strong background, because, again, I've heard other stories, I will not name the companies, but that where nothing happened and people were just absolutely pulling their hair out, and times where, quite frankly, they didn't know the people left. I mean, it sounds amazing, but we've had people tell us that they didn't know that the renters left, especially military, if they're out of state. They don't know what's going on. You, as a property management, you have to be their eyes and ears. I mean, you have to pay some attention, and I think that's so important when you're making that choice. And that's why Cecil Management is really the company that we just recommend hands down. They just have a proven track record of doing things the right way and caring about their people. So
right, yeah, you have to look at it like, it's your own property. How would you watch your own property? How would you want your, the own outcome of your rental property to be? So, yes, I mean, the property manager has to be your eyes and ears. And if they don't know what's going on with your property, well, then nobody does. So it's very important for the property manager to lead the way with it.
I've had this too. I've had the situation that I've heard stories not that long ago where they had a property management company. It wasn't yours, but another property management company, and how the people found out about it was the neighbors. They said, "Do you realize what's going on with your house?" Okay, and that's not, no one's perfect. But again, taking those extra procedures that you have in place, doing those extra things, trying to avoid those issues before they happen, that's what you're looking for in a property management company. I mean, that's the bottom line.
The proactive. Yeah, it's all about proactive communication, nothing reactive. And, yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing, and, I feel bad for the people that find out from their neighbors, because it's not acceptable. You do have your horror stories, here and there that happen, but it should not be a frequent thing. It shouldn't be happening. And if you have open lines of communication, you should know, your tenants would openly communicate and say, "Hey, we're moving out." You can relay to the owners. I mean, it's just, I can't stress enough the proactive communication piece. That is huge.
That's true. Want to get into, though, one of the things that sometimes comes up for us is that we have a seller / possibly rental. They're leaving. They don't know what to do. They don't know if they should rent it out. They should not. They don't know if they should sell it. What's going to happen? Those type of situations. And I think that you guys have this. I don't know this. We didn't talk about this earlier, but I know our policy. One of the things, if you're talking with a realtor, there is a timeline that we will put you into. But at the end of the day, our job is to do what's best for you. And selling, we hope, is going to be a great thing. We think the market's going to be fantastic. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes the things just aren't going to work out the way that they want. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And I think having open communications, our policy is very simple. We will put your house on the market, but we'll also say, look, if there's concerns, let's also see about the other side of the coin. Let's get in a property management company like Cecil Management, and let's assess it, and let's put both of them on so you can either rent it or you can sell it. Do you guys work the same way?
Yes, absolutely. And, I love whenever a sales agent's willing to do that, because that shows that you're truly working for the client's best interest. Military orders, whatnot, have to move it quick. They need whatever they can get, if they can rent it or if they can sell it. And if it sells first, I remove it off the rental market, no strings attached. If it rents first, then the sales agent would do the same. And that's truly the property manager and the sales broker working together for the client. And then that partnership can continue whenever the tenants are moving out and then they're ready to try selling it again. So then the property manager and the sales agent can partner together again at the same time, make sure the property's ready, and then market it as well, just to do it. And it really, really does benefit the clients on it for sure.
What's best for the client? That's all we're really talking about. And I will tell the listeners out there, I would check with your realtor. We're talking about planning, and Renee's been talking about that too. On the real estate side, you need to be having a conversation, an open and honest conversation with your seller. That's what your realtor should be doing, and finding out what is really going to work out the best. And maybe selling is a better option, but maybe leasing is a better option, or maybe doing both, but making sure that you're working together. And that's the thing. And I think to kind of wrap up this segment that we've been talking about this morning, and what I love what you said, Renee, it's the client. It's the person who's the homeowner. The rest will work its way out. Maybe later down the road you'll be able to sell it, and vice versa. Maybe if it sells, maybe down the road there'll be another opportunity to rent it. And that's really the partnership you want to have when you're dealing with your realtor and with your property manager. Don't you agree?
Definitely. Yeah, it's not about us. It's not about the sales broker. It's about the client, and it's truly what they need, what they want. Sometimes you have a tenant moves in there and the tenant ends up buying the house. So rental doesn't mean that they're not going to sell it. It just means that they're going to delay selling it. So eventually it'll come full circle for everybody.
I agree. Hey, we ran out of time. Fantastic stuff, Renee. Really appreciate it. I think that if you have any questions, if you want to further this on, please contact Rene Wittenauer. Renee, what's the best way for people to contact you?
We have our office number, Cecil Management, at 618-624-4610. You can also catch us through email at management@cecilmanagement.com.
Awesome. And I tell you what, great stuff. Always like talking with you. And if you've got someone who's even thinking about leasing, or you're thinking about leasing, these are the guys to talk to. They really are. Okay, we ran out of time. Renee, thank you so much. We will be talking down the road.
Alrighty, thank you.